Mark your calendars for RSNA 2025, Imaging the Individual. In Chicago, November 30th through December 4th. Join medical imaging professionals from around the globe to explore a future where every patient is seen through a lens that honors their unique genetic makeup, diverse background, and healthcare needs. Discover innovations that help us advance the future of medical care for all. To get the latest information about RSNA 2025, go to rsna.org/annual meeting. Registration opens late July.
Hello and welcome to the RadioGraphics podcast. I am Refky Nicola, an abdominal radiologist from SUNY Upstate University Medical Center in Syracuse, New York. And today I'll be hosting this podcast and talking to you about the recent editorial that was published in the July-August 2022 edition of RadioGraphics, which is entitled Creating an Award-Winning RSNA Educational Exhibit. This is basically all the information I wish I had known when I had to create my first educational exhibit for RSNA. This article is written just in time when we're looking on putting together our RSNA exhibits. The deadline is quickly approaching, but it's important to consider these factors if you're serious about being considered for a radiographics article or for an RSNA award. First, nearly all publications within Radiographics Journal originate from educational exhibits presented at the RSNA meeting and have been selected either as full-length manuscripts for radiographics or as a dedicated PowerPoint presentation for radiographics fundamentals. Did you know that there are well over 2,000 exhibits presented at RSNA and only a handful are selected by each of the 20 subspecialty panels? So you can imagine that there are just so many great exhibits. If you even put together a great exhibit, that doesn't guarantee it will be accepted or given an award. Several factors go into how exhibit is selected. Each exhibit is carefully assessed based upon 5 different criteria. These criteria are its educational value, publication potential, general interest, clarity of focus, and the pictorial quality of the exhibit. The radiographics panel also considers whether a similar article has been published recently. The first 3 criteria, which I'm going to talk about, are the educational value, publication potential, and general interest of your educational exhibit. They all go hand in hand, so it's important to think about them when you're constructing your exhibit. It's important to organize your exhibit around a topic which has high educational value. It should have something unique about it, but at the same time, it should be mainstream and relevant to today's practicing radiologist. I would encourage you to avoid any esoteric topics which would not appeal to a general audience. Before you start putting together the exhibit, think how your exhibit can accomplish 3 goals. First, how can I teach the topic to someone who's new to it? What lessons can I impart to a radiologist who has already had some experience? What unique twists can I give to my exhibit different from others? This can be the method of teaching, a new diagnostic algorithm, or unique cases or teaching points. If you accomplish these goals, you are well on your way to an award-winning exhibit. The 4th criteria is the organization and clarity of focus, or how the exhibit is presented. This is both the organization of the topic in the exhibit from beginning to end and the organization of each slide. Organization is really the key to RSNA exhibits because viewers have to be able to grasp the concept of your exhibit in 5 to 10 minutes. If the exhibit is confusing, repetitive, or scattered, readers won't understand or remember the points you're trying to get across. It's important to delineate clear objectives for the exhibit from the very beginning. The content should be simple and clear. Always try to keep this thought in the back of your mind. Does this content tie in directly to the learning objectives? Does it highlight what I'm trying to teach? Am I getting my point across in a clear and simple manner? Try to divide your topic into 3 to 5 sections to help with organizing your cases or teaching points. Each slide also has to have an organization and a single teaching point. You need to balance between words and images. Too many of one will make this slide difficult to grasp. And don't try to do too much with one slide. Give the reader enough time and space for the lesson to sink in. One of the best options to help you find ideas as well as how to construct your exhibit is looking at the prior educational exhibits website to review the exhibits that were identified for RadioGraphics from last year's annual meeting. This is very helpful to give you examples of exhibits that were successful. You will also see how well-organized exhibits are structured, how images and cases are incorporated into the topic, and how they all dovetail to the teaching points. The last but not least criteria is the quality of the images. This means you need to select images which highlight the point you're trying to get across. Try to have each image show one or two main findings and avoid any distracting incidental findings. The images must be high resolution and windowed appropriately. It's also very important to annotate the images color-coded to your findings. You don't want to show an image which is difficult to see and has no labels. Also, exhibits that are filled with radiology images and even have intraoperative or pathology images are considered very highly by both the radiographics panelists and the readers at RSNA. Illustrations and drawings can also be helpful to highlight your teaching points. Homemade drawings are okay, as long as they're clean and legible. You may use one or two illustrations you found from outsources as long as they are credited. However, it's important that the radiology and pathology image originate from your home institution. Do not use images from the literature or from the internet. As a final point, it's very important to check your exhibit a few times for its accuracy and its scientific content. You may even consider having a colleague review your exhibit to assess for the accuracy, whether it's up to date and it has good references. If you're a trainee, don't try to do this by yourself. I would encourage you to find a mentor who can guide you through this process. This will be a win-win for both of you, and the mentor may lead to a lifelong friendship or collaboration. Finally, before you click submit, make sure to review your exhibit on the submission site to make sure that everything works as planned and meets the technical requirements and limitations which are set by RSNA. If you want to know more, you can read the entire editorial in the recent July and August 2022 edition of the RadioGraphics Journal. Thank you for listening, and good luck to all who have submitted an exhibit. I'm sure that your hard work will pay off.